This edition of MacVoices is sponsored by Smile, the makers of my most used productivity utility, Text Expander. Get more done faster. Find out more at smilesoftware.com. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices at Macworld iWorld 2014. Folks, we're just getting started, but there's so much cool stuff here, we need to get started early. This is Lance. He's from TrueBear, and he's going to show us a product called CityHour. I'm going to let you describe it, Lance, because then I'll try to draw an analogy, and then you can tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Sure. CityHour is a high-tech twist on the old-fashioned notion that in business it's not what you know, it's who you know. We emphasize the human relationship for business networking, not just collecting digital profiles online. It's a business networking app that is specifically designed for people that want to meet face-to-face to do business, whether that's new business development, sales, career opportunities, and what have you. It's available on iOS for free and will be available on Android later this year. Then you get to go in and plug in your search criteria, whether it's specific industries, meeting goals, cities. You can set your schedule for the future if you know you're going to be on the road and have a little downtime on business. You can say, I'm going to be in New York City on this date and this time, and people will send you meeting requests. You can look at their profile, see if it's a match or something you're interested in, and then meet up and do business. And everything is done in-app, selecting the venues, times, everything is done in just a couple of taps, and then you just got to meet.
So this feels like maybe LinkedIn on steroids or something, because I don't have to do anything other than just say I'm available at this time, at this place, and then you do the rest.
Absolutely. In fact, I think it's what LinkedIn wishes they were. Although LinkedIn is a terrific resource, it's not what we think is effective networking. Effective networking is you need to meet people, get to know them, because ultimately we network because we want to enhance our career opportunities. We want people to refer us for business, hire us, that kind of thing. And you tend to hire who you know. And just because you have somebody's profile, you don't know them and they don't know who you are. And when you say, hey, I'm looking for a job, or I'm looking for somebody that wants to hire an agency, you know, that email is probably going to get deleted. If somebody knows you and you've shaken their hand and you've gotten to know them, you get to know things like charisma and passion, and that you don't get through an email or any kind of a digital relationship. So this is really, and the people that are willing to meet you face to face are, in my experience, much more serious about doing business now and will be more valuable in the future.
Lance, the last thing I need is one more network to maintain, one more network to have to update. How do I sign in with your service, and how often do I have to update it, and those kind of things?
Well, you get to sign in with LinkedIn, so you don't have to create another profile. That's a lot of the heavy lifting done. Or you can sign in with Facebook. And other than that, you can invite who you want to invite, or use it however you want to use it. You can. If you don't want a bunch of requests coming in, don't make yourself available. Use it as a one-sided resource when you want to find somebody that you want to meet. Or open it up. I mean, that's what I personally I do. I set up meeting slots when I know I'm going to be somewhere, like here at Macworld, and I want to do some extra business when I've got a little downtime. And let the meetings come to me.
Is it fair to say this is like a dating app almost?
For business people, I suppose, yes.
Yeah, well, business people, yeah, I mean, depends on what business you're in, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
The whole idea, I guess, is that, okay, I'm available, but somebody sends me or says, they are available, but I may not be, or I don't like their looks, so I don't have to connect with them.
No, not absolutely, and they won't even know that you rejected their meeting request, and you don't get the denial. It's like when you don't get an email reply, you just assume, well, whatever, they didn't get it, maybe it got caught in a spam filter, there's 1,000 ways, but you certainly don't get mad at that person. So
I can kind of let you be the bad guy if it's something I don't think suits or fits me or whatever. You're the bad guy who intervenes and well, you don't even reject, you just let it fade away.
That's right. That person, when I was here at the show, I got a meeting request that didn't fit the bill for me, so I just declined, or you can suggest, and if I got one and I didn't like the venue they picked because it's 25 minutes away, I can resuggest another venue that's closer to me.
And to be clear about that too, when you rejected that request, that person didn't get a rejection notice, they just never got a positive response.
That's right. They won't know, and they actually wanted to meet earlier today, and I wasn't available, so, because I'm here with you.
Right. I have to ask, you say it's free this, free that, and that always worries me because I want you to make money. I want you to be around, especially for something like this if I'm using it for business. How do you make money on this system?
You know, that's way above my pay grade, but I know I have asked them, and the app is free to download. There's no tricks once you download it. It's free to set up meetings. You know, eventually down the road, is it possible they would charge for meetings? Maybe, but that's a long ways off. You know, there's a lot of ways to make money, even like Facebook. You know, it's still free. So
Yeah, that's
advertising and lots of ways to do it.
Can you show us a little bit about this and how it works?
Absolutely, I'd love to do it. So here, this is I've synced it with my LinkedIn profile. I can click on here. I can go in, I can customize my profile for this app, and it doesn't have to alter what I've done on the LinkedIn side. My more private contact information will only be visible by my CityHour contacts. The other ones will just see my work history and the more general information. If I click My Meetings, I can set my schedule when I want people to send me meeting invites, and this can be done all over the world, any day, time, whatever you choose. You can even specify a specific venue you would like to meet people in. Here's my confirm meetings, here's my meeting invites. And Let's Meet Now is a really cool feature. It allows you to find somebody within a 50-mile radius that wants to meet in the next 2 hours. So if you have a couple of hours to kill before you got to go to the airport, you can just click there. A bunch of professionals will pop up. You can click on their name and find and see if you'd like to meet with them, and it's for immediate gratification. Here, this is where you would go in to find people and set your search criteria for who you want to find to meet. I go in, I pick the dates and times. I can do a range of days. I can set my start time and end time, my city. I can specify industry. There's dozens of industries in here. I can even specify the purpose of the meeting. I'm looking for business development, career opportunity, or general networking. And then when I'm done, it comes up with the people that match my criteria. And so here they are. These are the 13 people. It says match my criteria. I can, again, click on there, look at their profile, see if I want to meet with them. And if I do, I pick a venue. It'll automatically suggest using Foursquare data a bunch of locations, and then I click I want to meet, and it's up to that gentleman whether or not to reciprocate. And I won't do it now because there's no turning back once I do. And then lastly, it syncs with your iPhone and your Google Calendar, so you have all of your meetings in one place, less to maintain. And then once people are my CityHour contacts, I can send them a private message, I can suggest a private meeting with them again, and that's pretty much it. It's very simple, easy to use, clean interface, and for people that want to do serious business.
This just solves a lot of problems. You know, it's interesting because if I come to San Francisco, I have a few hours, I can kind of explore the idea of connecting with some people. And if I decide, really, I'd rather just sit in the hotel room and relax or watch TV or something, I don't have to. But if I'm really ambitious, I can throw myself out there and see who's there. This just seems to work so well.
I absolutely agree, and you can use it as much or as little as you want to use it, and I just think it's such a higher percentage way of doing business. You can send out, and we've all tried it, you send out email after email after email, and you don't get replies, nothing happens, and that's the nature of that beast. With this, at least I know I can choose somebody that looks interesting. I like their company. I know they meet my profile, and I want to do business with them. And if they're willing to meet, that's a high probability meeting that something's going to happen. Or at the very least, I really know that person now.
It's very nice. Where do we send people to learn more about it, to sign up, to get involved?
It's currently available on the App Store, again for free. It'll be available for the iPad in a month or two, and it'll be available on Android at the end of the year.
And the website for people that want to learn about it before they download?
CityHour.com.
Great. Thank you so much. It's great to see you, Lance.
All right, good to see you. Thanks.
Folks, we'll have more from Macworld iWorld 2014. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices. Visit MacVoices.com for links, show notes, to subscribe, to connect with Chuck on Twitter, app.net, Google+, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter, the MacVoices Dispatch, to stay up to date with all the latest MacVoices news from our front page or at macvoices.com/newsletter. Advertising and sponsorships handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com.